Hello students, today we shall discuss the poetic devices used in this poem Rain on the Roof. First we shall discuss the rhyme scheme of this poem. So get ready. In the very first stanza there are 8 lines and we are going to find out the rhyme scheme of this stanza. We will focus on the last word of each line and we will give a different name to the word. In the very first line, the last word is hover. We will give a name to this word hover. Then spheres. Sphere is totally different from the sound of hover. We will give b name to spheres. Then darkness is totally different from these two, so we will give C name to this darkness. Now come to tears. Tear is rhyming with spheres. Two spheres we have given B, so we will give B name to tears because these are the two rhyme words. Now come to pillow. Pillow is totally different from the above words, so we will give D name. Then come to bed. Bed is totally different. We are giving E. Then come to petal. Petal is totally different. Then we will give F name to this. Now come to overhead. Overhead is rhyming with bed and we have given E to bed, so we are going to give E name to overhead. Now the rhyming scheme is A B C B D E F E. The first stanza has the rhyming scheme and this is A B C B D E F E. In another two stanzas you will do it yourself. Now come to another poetic device, that is alliteration. In the very first stanza we are going to discuss this figures of speech or poetic device alliteration. And in alliteration, alliteration is the repetition of the same consonant sound at the beginning of words that are in close proximity or which are very near or close to each other. We have in stanza first the line, when the humid shadows hover. Now focus on these two words, humid and hover. In both the words we have H letter that is being repeated. Okay, then so in this line we have alliteration figure of speech. Now another line, I am just reading it for you. Over all the starry spheres. Just focus on these two words, starry spheres. S is being repeated in both the words. Another example of alliteration is here in this line. SS is being repeated. Now another line, press the pillow. Here are again we have two words, press the pillow. P is being repeated again here. Then another line is lie listening. L is being repeated here. Press the pillow, P is being repeated, lie listening, L is being repeated. So we have here alliteration figure of speech. Another figure of speech or poetic device that has been used in this poem is onomatopoeia. And what is onomatopoeia? The use of sound words to create a dramatic effect. When we have such words, then we have onomatopoeia. Now the examples we are going to take from this poem. The word patter, P-A-T-T-E-R, patter, is the sound word. This is the sound made by the raindrops. We have here onomatopoeia. Patter is that word by which we can say that the figure of speech or the poetic device is onomatopoeia here because the word patter has been used here. Another figure of speech is personification. Personification, treating a non-living thing as a living being. In this figure of speech, we treat a non-living thing as a living being. And we are going to find out the example of personification in this poem. Here, darkness has been personified. When the poet says that it is said, and when the poet uses this word melancholy, darkness. Darkness is not melancholy. Do you understand? Darkness is not melancholy. Here the people are sad. Melancholy means sad, unhappy, not happy. So we have a personification figure of speech. There is another figure of a speech that is called transferred epithet. And what is transferred epithet? The use of an adjective with a noun when it refers to another noun. I am giving you the example, and the example is, as in melancholy, darkness. We have two poetic devices used in melancholy. The first was personification and another is transferred epithet, because darkness is not melancholy, darkness is not sad, it is the people. The darkness is not melancholy or sad, but it refers to the sad people. So we have discussed the figure of speeches in this stanza first. Now I am coming to the second stanza, but I am not going to give you the examples from the stanza. You will find the stanzas yourself. I am telling you which poetic devices have been used in second stanza. Alliteration is here, onomatopoeia is here, personification is here, and transferred epithet is also here in stanza 2. I am again repeating: alliteration, onomatopoeia, personification, and transferred epithet is also here. Now come to stanza 3. In stanza 3 there are two poetic devices which have been used, and they are alliteration and onomatopoeia. It is your duty to find out from both the stanzas which poetic devices have been used here. So students, thank you very much.